Hello, Sandra Mason here, and I wanted to talk about the details of how I realized myself. I have another video about it, just kind of a general, but I didn't go into kind of a descriptive sort of thing about the memories I have that just bring home for me that this is my true gender. Sort of the meat and bones of how I figured things out. When I was questioning, I really wanted to see and read and hear all the stories I could about people that were, non-cis genders, to see if the details of their life mimicked mine, if it was something I could relate to, something that might tell me that, all right, I am not cis. And a lot of those did do that for me. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about mine. Actually, the very first sign of me not being cis is in my very first memory ever. I was 2 years old, and at the time we were living in California, like down the street from my cousins, and my cousin thought it would be a brilliant idea to jog through our house with a Walkman in his hand, and he ran right into me and actually split my lip open. Still have the scar. And back then, in the 1990s, stitches were thick and black, and hello, you can tell I have stitches kind of stitches, and I was so proud of them. I would go around showing people and say, I have whiskers like Daddy. My dad never had a beard or anything, but he gets scruff. And I wanted so badly to get scruff, to have facial hair at the age of 2. And I still do. For me, I guess it's just a sign of masculinity. I don't know. It's just one of those things. And throughout my childhood, that just carried on, I was in the brownies briefly, and we were doing shrinky dinks for Halloween, so I put a mustache on my ghost, and everyone thought that was so weird that this little girl would put mustache on her ghost. Just like I asked to play male roles when I was young as well as older, and so I was Hitler in a school play, so I had a little mustache. I was a king, so I made a masking tape beard that I had on. But the biggest one is that one day I stole my mom's brown lipstick, drew a beard, got dressed up as a cowboy, and told them my name was Mean Rick. I was probably about 6 or 7 years old. I even made a fake cigarette. All right, this was legit. It was awesome. And I look back and I'm like, yep, that's me. That's me right there. Always have been, just like that. And the same goes also for my clothes, not just facial hair. My mom told me that when I was a baby, I would fight her if she tried to put me in pink or dresses. I would pull my hair bows out. This is before I can even remember. And as I got older, same thing. I'd pull my hair bows out, and I'd fight tooth and nail on having to wear dresses or pink. They were pretty cool, my parents, to let me wear like boy clothes pretty early on. But whenever I went, clothes shopping, I would basically have a panic attack if we were in the women's section. Like, I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to wear anything feminine at all, or what society thinks is feminine. And one of the big ones was bathing suits. I hated female bathing suits. I asked for swim trunks. And of course, my parents said no, because I'm a girl, can't go without my shirt. And so I asked, why don't I just wear a shirt with it? And they said no. So it was this big fight. I remember clearly having this fight. And it relates strongly to my desire to go without a shirt in general. My brother did all the time. His friends did. I was friends with them as well. And I just wanted to be able to do that. But of course, being a girl, even though I wasn't developed yet, nope, not acceptable. The one time that I kind of got to do that, sort of, not really, but it feels like it, I was probably about 7. I was in 2nd grade. I had a back brace. I have severe back problems. Like, I'm out of work right now because of my back. And back then I was in physical therapy and everything else. So I had this big, thick, like early 2000s, late 90s, like back brace. It's almost like a binder, sort of, kind of, not really. But the way I had to wear it was I had an undershirt, and then I had the back brace, and then I had an overshirt. And I went to my teacher at recess and I said, I'm getting hot. Can I take my overshirt off? I wasn't getting hot. I just want to take my shirt off. And she said, sure. So I was able to take my shirt off and run around with the boys in essentially nothing but a back brace. And it was amazing. I still remember how liberating it was. I can still see myself running around with my guy friends, playing kickball or soccer, whatever we were doing. And I still kind of have that where I'd love to be able to go without my shirt. I would still love to do that. But back then, anything I could do to be like the boys, I wanted to do. Whenever I played make-believe, I was a boy. I was Han Solo. I was Captain Kirk. I was one of the 3 ninjas. I was always the husband or the boyfriend. If I played house with a girl, I was the husband. I was the boyfriend. That's who I was. If I played dolls, I had action figures. Like, no. Or I was Ken instead of Barbie. Or one of the times that we would have teddy bear dress up, my teddy bear would be in a tuxedo. I told my parents I wanted to be married in a tuxedo, by the way. Probably will be. Probably. So, it was one of those things where when I think back at all these different memories, I mean, they go back to things like 5th grade, being part of the boys' gift exchange instead of the girls. My teacher was so cool to do that for me after I asked her. And being able to be in watching Bug's Life instead of Princess Diaries with all the guys on a rainy day at school. Having guy friends when I was growing up. Being called by my guy friends, oh, you don't count as a girl. I had that so much. And telling my parents, point blank, I want to be a boy. I told them that multiple times. And they didn't think it was real. They thought it was just me, being a kid, wanting to play make-believe or whatever. And once I got to puberty, I forgot all of this. I swallowed all of this. I pretended I was just a tomboy and that was it. Because in puberty, time to be a little girl and like boys. I tried. I tried. I found the theater. I was in the theater for 5 years. I was a theater major. And if I did not find theater, I probably would not be here right now. It saved my life. I asked to play a male character as much as I could. And when I was on stage as that male character, I was home. It was my safe place. I was safe when I was on stage, especially if I were a male, especially if they had the goatee and the male clothes and all of those things. It was my way of saving myself, of expressing everything that I couldn't be. So those are some of my early memories that I have that really let me know that this is who I am and make me feel comfortable about it. And when I look back, shows me that I'm not just a girl, that I've always been a little boy too, and now a guy. So thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you guys later.